Descript Underlord, they launched this new redesign 3 weeks ago or so, and they have overhauled the entire interface. They have not removed any features. They added a couple new features, not super obvious, but everything is better organized. I like it. I mean, I don't want to be like people, always saying no, always don't like stuff, not negative. I want to try and be positive also. Let me just show you what has changed in these two last versions, 92 and 93. Very minor changes, but some of them got some of the users confused. There was a feature that was removed in Descript when they launched Underlord, and they brought that back. So if you had a file in the past, you could trigger the speech detection. So speech detection was done by Descript asking you how many speakers are on this file, and it would say, 3 or whatever. And then it would try to find those and ask you who is each person. Now, the thing has been brought back because if you now say detect speakers, let's say unsure, it's going to run that through. And now it's going to ask you about it because it was removed. So in Underlord, everybody was confused as to where is the speaker detection. So now the speaker detection is back, and there is a way to actually have it enabled all the time because it was doing it automatically. And now it's really more like a UI thing where it doesn't do it automatically anymore, I think, but it always asks you if you want to do it. And that is a setting that was added back in the settings. If you go to settings, you will have that as a new option here. So I'm going to turn that on. If you look here, this was the setting that I was always turning on, always ask before transcribing. Well, now it has been also always asked before detecting speakers. So you can have this on, which means every time now you drag a file or you open a file in here before you transcribe it, Descript is also going to ask you, do you want to detect the speakers? And yes, fine. Okay, do it. Because some people thought it was gone or not working anymore because they removed it. So it was doing it automatically and automatically detecting how many speakers were on the file anyway. So then people thought, oh, it's not working anymore. No, it was. It was just giving the names of the speakers with some default names, speaker 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you had to have this extra step to go and rename those speakers yourself. So honestly, they saved some time on the front end with the file add dialog and then moved it back into the speaker part where you have to go and rename each one anyway. So I was like, okay, what's the benefit? No benefit. So now, public outcry prevailed, and this is now back. So it's gonna, if you have this on, when you bring a file in, I'm not gonna drag a file in now, but when you bring a new file in, it's going to ask you, do you want to detect speakers? Yeah, okay. So I'll do it. Okay, that's one version, 92, where, they brought that back. Version 93, which was updated today, brings some changes in Descript, and most notably, lots of bug fixes, okay? And then it changed the size and position. So if you go to layer, so if you select like a video, let's say I'm selecting a video layer. If you go to layer on the right-hand side, you will see now that this drop down here that was called layout, it is now called size and position. So it's a bit confusing. I think they explained it that because layout is the name that you use when you're trying to copy a scene layout from one layout to another, and used in templates. When you apply a template, you're basically applying a layout. And then that was a bit confusing, I suppose. So now the size and position of the selected clip, which actually makes more sense because, X and Y, position, and then width and height, and then rotation, corners, whatever. Another change is that regenerate is out of beta. I wasn't using that much because it makes your video black. So I'm actually waiting for the video regenerate, which was announced. I'm on the waiting list. I can't wait to be on that to see how it works. And that's going to actually regenerate allow you to kind of overdub. Video dub is called, I think. I don't know, video dub. Maybe Riverside beat them to it because I think Riverside's has the same feature coming soon as well. Nobody can try these things yet, but Riverside has the same feature called video dub, I think. So they beat them to the dub thing. There's overdub in Descript, video dub in Riverside. Anyway, I don't know, video overdub. I don't know what Descript's going to call it, but yeah, let's see. Mouth dub. Mouth dub, yeah. Uh, Mouth and Face Dub. Sounds like a name of a reggae band of some kind. Face Dub. Anyway, that was another thing that was changed. And then there are the pricing changes, which we have discussed a lot. And then the multi-select on the drive. Let me just show you quickly what that means. If you're on the drive view, you had these checkboxes for a while, but now they have changed. So if I check one box, you see this toolbar showing up at the top where it shows you the different options. So I guess you could right click and see them with the icon and the name like this on one project, but you also have them at the top. Honestly, at the top, these icons don't mean much because I'm thinking, what does that mean? Oh, clear local cache, which I believe means remove download, the former remove download, right? And then there's a rename project, which fine. And then duplicate it, move the project somewhere else, share the project link to someone and give people access to it. Now, if you select more than one, you're going to the bulk actions, which is different. You can only move. That's all you can do. Move all these projects to another location on your drive. So this is, it's just a UI change. I don't think these icons are particularly helpful because unless you put your mouse over them to see what they do, while you're getting used to this, you don't know what it means. I would rather just right click like before and I see everything I need to see in here. So anyway, and supposedly deleting in bulk is still not possible like this. So the only thing I can do with multi-select is to move the projects, and supposedly they're working on deleting because of some security problems. I mean, imagine a bug that you say, delete a bunch of projects and it deletes everything. That's my nightmare as a developer. I never like to allow people to delete anything. So I built a lot of application, not apps, like web apps, websites, CMSs, web software. And for pretty much all of it, 99% of it, you cannot delete much because I don't like to allow people to delete things. I just don't, because they delete it and go like, oh, I didn't mean to delete that. So then you have to implement all sorts of mechanisms to bring it back. So no deletion for you then. It is dangerous to allow people to delete stuff.